Respected Dr. Punjab Singh, Dr. Kalpana, Dr. Srinivas, Dr. Srikant, all my faculty colleagues and staff of the academy, all 112 young scientist trainees, students, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. We have just completed one more historic event of the Council, that we have completed the first phase of the introduction of you into this prestigious agricultural research service. Now, the foundation courses are kind of a long-term investment. For the next 4 decades of your career, this course is going to come to your help at various phases of your life. Some of that you might experience soon after leaving this, and some it might take some time, some it may take even decades. So, but we count that you are going to be with us, and this is an investment from the Council side. This is going to be with you for the next 4 decades, and we continuously look forward to you, that your contribution to the society, your contribution to the institute where you are going to work, and to the Council at large. If some of you are leaving in the middle, please remember that there's a lot of intangible that you are going to add every day you spend in the Council, counting these 90 days. Try to negotiate that part. Certainly you will be, if you are going, you will be definitely going for good. But while you are in the Council, remember every day that this foundation is going to be remembering you, and 112 of you is a good number, and that brought a lot of fraternity amongst you. That's what the intended purpose. We would like to thank persons like Dr. Punjab Singh and all who have streamlined these foundation courses over the last 4 decades of this academy's existence. So now we have been doing it twice a year. Now that is bringing a wonderful change in the composition of the batch. Large number of trainees are coming, so you are able to interact, as Dr. Srinivas said in the beginning, people coming from far and wide, a number of disciplines, number of religions, number of cultures, number of states. Now that's an opportunity for us to work together. Now, the 90 days, it's a kind of a small time for you to provide a transition from the student phase to professional. When you go from tomorrow onwards, at this academy, you are not subjected to any bureaucratic step. But please do remember that when you go back, you are no longer a student. At this academy, you are a student. At the same time, you are a professional as well. We treated you at par with us. But when you go to the institute tomorrow, don't take it for granted you will be treated exactly this way. You got to be with little more responsibility, with a different attitude, but you will come up with on that account. And we don't want to, any of your directors to tell us that you have made bosses, you have made officers. We really don't want to hear that. Please remember that. Let them say that you have made a good researcher, you have made a good worker, you have made a good scientist. Let no one say that you made a manager, you made a boss. Now, on that count, at least please remember, because for first 2 decades we have been, though I was a trainee way back 3.5 decades, that's what the major criticism that we had to face from the vice chancellors and directors across the country. 2 counts I would like to make, just passing comment on your professional and personal. As Dr. Punjab Singh, our chief guest today, also mentioned time and again, the emerging opportunities, the challenges, what they are. Now, you are better informed than your predecessors who have passed through this ARS, saying that 1 decade back, 2 decades back. But also remember that you are going to face that much of a challenge with the youngsters that are going to come 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Now the gap is going to be much, much larger. The transition was much easier for us because the gap was much smaller. The future generations are going to be more tech savvy, more informed, and more forward looking to the global competitions. So you will have to be working much more harder than we worked in the system. Now that is a challenge, but the way you were groomed at your university and you are going to be groomed in the council, you will be able to face that. On personal front, you were behaving much more a responsive, a family member. 2 decades back, I don't come across anyone in this academy, a foundation course trainee, ever bothered about family, about long-term placement type of issues. They were just bothered, least bothered. Where the posting comes, they take. No one ever thought a family, posting, placement, physical problems, living problems, things like that. It's good that you are concerned on the day one, but also remember that there's a change also. You are now less prone to take risk. That's going to put much bigger challenge on you, unlike the youngsters 2-3 decades back. You were so rigid. You were unflexible. Some of you, good number of you, or large number of you. Right? Now that is a constraint. Now that's a concern also. I'm just putting, one side it is good that you are a family person, you are looking for a quick settlement that brings a good stability. But at the same time, you can't have dice on both the sides. So you will have to play very carefully. I have 3 concerns. The first one is what the academy is expected to infuse is on the values, the discipline, the compliance. All we do is we do a sensitization and we just leave it to you. Those are the things normally we all collectively build up, develop. So remember that you are part of that. If your placement is done, your posting is done, you have selected a spouse, it's our collective value system that we have developed, right? That's where the decision makings are working. Now, coming to some of the things what we noticed in the last 90 days, your work, your attitude to work in group. You do the work, but really 1 or 2 people do the work, rest of you just comply with them. Support that person and keep it yourself on a dormant. Please do ascertain. Tomorrow you may be in a scientific committee or you may be in a scientific team. If you are not contributing, you shouldn't be part to that. You shouldn't be a kind of a silent partner the way you have done in some of the exercises here. That's not a good thing to happen. If you are there, you must do your part, or else you should not be there. Just remember some of the things what you have done. We didn't have any problem, but not having problem is also a problem. If you are there, you must contribute to your might. Right? Try to take a little more seriousness to whatever you do, be it a social function, be it a professional function, anything. Working together is important. You have been doing that good. And you have been able to gel well, you have been able to work in small groups, big groups. That positive approach to work is there. But at the same time, contributing from everyone in the team is also important. So you will have to come on that. The third concern is on the something very close to your heart is the IT use. When we were tried, we were blamed that we were officers. Now you are going to be blamed you are a digital person. It's already coming up in the council. Please remember that. Everyone is now telling that. People go back, they don't want to go to field, they want to sit on computer, work on the net and publish high quality papers. That they are acknowledging. People are able to generate good quality, high rated papers. And they are not appreciating on the count that most of us are sticking to the systems. Now please remember that. It did happen in the academy also. The campus wasn't as violent. There wasn't any sound pollution. When I walk on the your hostel corridors, we didn't, no sound. It's a pin drop silence, no one to be seen. We asked Jamir, what happened, sir? Everyone is working in the room. Oh my God. At least 4 or 5 occasions when I came, I see that hostel was such a quiet. It never was like that. Your lawns are empty, right? Roads are empty, playgrounds are empty. Everyone is in. Yes, there is no problem, so you think that we are happy. No, we are worried. If Dr. Punjab Singh appreciated you playing music at 12 o'clock, we take with that intention. It's good that at least for some time you are out and playing out. But I don't know how many of you are doing it. I didn't make a head count. If Srinivas is there, let him say that out of 112, how many? No, but take it. This is going to be a bigger concern being expressed by many people in the system at a higher level. How you are going to, you want to say this is a myth, people are not behaving like that, but it's a responsibility lies on us. It lies more importantly on the academy, that because we are supposed to be grooming, we are supposed to sensitize you on this. Please don't stick to the system. It could be on your hand, it could be on your desktop, whatever it is. Let's not say that we can't live without that. We need to use it. We have to be digital savvy, IT savvy, but at the same time, we have to convey a message that we work with that also, and not with that alone. That's important. Now, the academy has given you some grooming. As I mentioned, that when you go back from tomorrow, next 4 months, maybe your coordinators will be following up with you. But please be yourself. You manage yourself there, because many institutions don't do it. We are concerned because at the end of the 7th month, we would like to give you some kind of a completion certificate that gets into your annual reports. You have to take care of that aspect. Your directors, your administrative staff are not going to be worried much. Wherever you are after the 1 month training, after the 3 months professional attachment training, please take utmost care. Do good piece of work. At the end of it, also try to have good documentation of it. Share it, and also try to provide the end reports to your coordinators or to the academy in time. So that will help us. Your writing repeated letters to your directors is not going to help us. You can do much smoother, much easier. So you be manager for yourself for the next 4 months. So that is what the simple advice I will give you when you are leaving this academy, and also the few tips what I mentioned, what Dr. Punjab Singh has mentioned. We have deliberately put you at the KVKs because they are the interfaces for us. Whatever technologies that were developed in the last 1-2 decades, they are being transformed, translated to the nearby farmers. Neither they are high-tech nor they are low-tech. Most KVKs represent a kind of an average scenario in the country. They are not the best, they are not the worst. Now, you have been sent there, so you have seen yourself. We never ask you a question, but imagine that those are the things that were developed by you in the frontline demonstration. They are put through them to the farmers. Now, are you happy with what is happening there? Or do you think that there's a lot more scope to do? As Dr. Punjab Singh has been mentioning, 22.6 tons a farmer could produce. There's a lot more gap available. There's much bigger challenge ahead to us, and how we are going to contribute to that. We have used KVKs as a FET centers just to put you to that. We never ask you, who has developed the technology, how effective is the technology. That is for you to self-experience and learn it. It could be from the university system, it could be from ICR system. But put together how much of that you have seen, and how much of the thing that has come from the outside these two systems has come into the field. Now that also you need to look into. And that's a big threat and a big challenge also for all of us. So that's what you need to experience. Different KVKs may have seen different things, but you are put to a kind of a sharing of those experiences. Now you know where you are, you know where the whole ICR or National Agriculture Research System stands. So you decide your roadmap, how you are going to travel. The system is there. The system is going to support. The system funding is reasonably good, and it will certainly increase over the coming decades. The signals are very clear. But are we going to accept those challenges? Are we going to contribute to that? So with these few words, I would like all of you, when you go back, please do convey our academy's regards first to your family, your parents, maybe after 10 days when you go back to your directors, be with them. You are one of the fraternity now. So you are one among the system now. Be on your own, be along with the institute. Some of you who are happy, some of you are less happy, some of you are unhappy, but take it, it's a part of the life. Those who are less happy or unhappy, for them it is a much tougher challenge, and they are the ones who are going to do much better in the future years, because they know how are the hardships, and they know working with a family and work, what difficulties they are going to face. We appreciate that, but it's going to be much a rewarding experience for those people actually. And the system is willing to listen to you. It's not that we have just given you an order, we let you go. No, system continuously looks to you and they are there to support. It's something like what we are telling is about 4 or 5 years, the first phase of your professional career. Do good and system will always take care of you. With these words, I once again welcome you all to this ARS fraternity, and let's make the ARS system proud. Right, and we certainly contribute to the nation's development. Let the country acknowledge, as such ICR is treated with a great deal of dignity and respect in the country. Let's keep that flag high. And with these words, I wish you all a very happy journey back home. I would like to take the occasion, though my colleague is going to thank Dr. Punjab Singh for having accepted a person with such a wide experience, knowledge, and having worked on many systems. As I said, this academy is also a kind of a thing nurtured by him when he was as a vice chancellor, as a director general, and he has his own expectations from this academy. Right? He even now half an hour back before coming into this, he was asking us what we are doing, what we are going to do, and how it is going to be effective, and what are the requirements of the systems and what the country is looking for. This is a continuous dialogue, not only to you, it is to us also. So we are all on a road to the growth. So let us contribute to that. Sir, we come up to your expectations, and on behalf of all the 112 trainees and also the academy, we assure you that we try to do our best and we make this ICR and ARS flag going high and high. Thank you all.